Hey everybody, Jason here. Welcome to another episode of Driver's Paddock. Today we're at Toronto Motorsports Park and next to me is a 2023 Camaro SS1LE. This car has been on the channel before, and if you want to see my full review of it, please go check that out. But what's different about the car today? Well, it's on 315 square Nankang CRS. And my good friend and endurance racing teammate Chris the long-standing, decade-long time attack champion, has a very similar car and setup. So let's see if we can dethrone the king today. Let's head out on track. I get a total of 5 laps in this car, and the target time is a 1:16.6. Let's go. So everybody, here we go. Camaro SS1LE, 315 tires, and on the first lap, you can see a 5-second delta on a 122. But unfortunately, we're hitting some traffic, and at some point, there were over 30 cars on the track at the same time. But that's okay. We'll try to find a clean lap. I really want to do this car justice because the last time I drove an SS1LE was in less than ideal conditions. But as you can see, traffic is heavy today. I need to find the right gap and opportunity while the tires are still hot. Coming to the very bumpy turn 1, the Magna-Ride handles it very well, but more on that later. At this point, I'm getting a little bit worried. Still haven't done one clean lap.
No,
come on, I know the car has it in it.
Yeah, no chance. The closing speeds are just too fast. There's too many people on track. Like, we're just crawling through here.
Here I was on an absolute ripper. It was 6 seconds on the delta, but unfortunately we were blocked on the final corner. But I know it's there. I can see it in the optimal. This car is just so capable, and I love the square setup. It is so throttle adjustable, but more on that later.
It's really hard to find a lap. This is gonna be tough. Let's get past this RX-7 first. Let's back down the pace a little bit. Create a gap that I know I can maintain from this radical. And we'll go from there. Here we go. A chance.
And keep in mind, I've done about 7 hot laps at this point, trying to find one perfect lap. Unfortunately, you can even hear it. The car does have good lift-off rotation, but unfortunately, I think the PTM is just a little bit too intrusive. It is cutting power in too many places. We think it's probably because of the downsized tires and rims, because the stock car with the PTM was absolutely amazing. I need the car to just throttle steer a little bit better to give me a little bit more slip and spin in the wheels. So next session, we're going to turn everything off. But more on that later. With a mischief into 5 on a relatively clean lap, we still have a green delta on the Garmin. Let's see what this lap is. We ended up doing a 1:17.3 here, but that is still 7/10 off the pace.
That's not bad.
Like, you're at 34.5, like right front, hot pressure.
Okay.
Like around hot pressure. So do you, like, we can just fine tune it. We don't need to like lower it that much.
Yeah, I want a little bit more front end. Yeah.
So I'll just drop the fronts but not drop the rears.
Okay, that's good. We gotta turn everything off.
Sorry?
It's too intrusive.
Still need to turn everything off?
I need to turn everything off.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way. This is crazy traffic. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could do this car justice. I wish I could put down a fast lap. It's just not gonna happen today, and that's okay.
So I tried for about another 6 laps to try to find the clean one, but once you feel the tire degradation, it's tough when you're chasing tents. Starting to doubt a little bit if we'll find a lap, but let's see what happens. Gonna try once more to find a gap, this time with the help of Marshall Brett, trying to space out a little bit, but then this happens.
What happened?
Oh, I don't know if they made contact or not.
Did they make contact?
I don't know. Tesla took off.
Oh man, this day is...
One spun out on 4 right now as well.
I'll try one more time, Jackson. I'm sorry. It's impossible. It's just a little too crazy.
You want to jump in front of the radical?
All right, everybody, here we go. We aren't giving up just yet. I want to do this car justice. The SS1LE is just so good. Again, we're hitting traffic here, but we're just trying to find the gaps here and there, and hopefully we can find a clean lap. Trying to find the best exit for this last corner onto the front straight. And on a side note, that Tremec 6-speed is an absolute joy to row through, and that flat foot shifting in the Camaro is also amazing, but more on that later. Heading to turn 1, we have completely turned off stability control and traction control. I feel the car is much better. It has to do something with the downsized tires and rims, but the car feels much, much better. It's not holding me back as much. With TC fully off, the lift to rotate is really good, and then it's absolute joy to throttle steer a Camaro. But unfortunately, I see traffic again.
We're not gonna find a lap today, guys. This is not possible.
At this point, I'm thinking about calling it and going on to film another car that I have scheduled today. Seeing the Corvette ahead, I'm about to pull.
Just not possible.
I see his signals come on, but wait, one last chance. Brett is waving me to
One
go.
last try.
Is this it? Unfortunately, of course, the Garmin is not satellite locking, but here we go, full attack.
That was a ripper. That was a ripper. If I know a fast lap that was fast, that has got to be a 16. I put down a really good lap, but that didn't work.
We timed you around 16.6.
It
Yeah.
was That was the fastest Camaro lap I ever did.
That's probably a 16.6.
It's faster than your friend's car.
It's okay, we can do like a GoPro clip thing. Then
Dude,
we
that was a really good
Yeah.
lap. I have to say it was
So everybody, that Camaro SS1LE that I drove is one of the last ever examples to ever be made, and that is such a shame. GM, if you're listening, the car is amazing. It's a mistake. I know the Corvette C8 is really, really good, but so is the Camaro. And if you're owner of an SS1LE, don't get rid of it. Keep it forever. And the thing is, I already have a full review on an automatic and manual Camaro SS1LE, so please go check that out. But here's sort of my last thoughts and maybe some things that I missed. The Camaro is a great car. I mean, it doesn't have overheating issues. It's comfortable on the street, and it's absolute animal on track. And the stock car has a slightly more narrow front tire than it does the rear tire. So it does have a hint of understeer on the entry phase, as do most front engine rear wheel drive cars. But with the square setup, it was even more amazing, right? That turn-in was really, really good. And the Camaros have an amazing feeling when you throttle steer them. What I mean by that is, it has a really clever electronically controlled rear differential. It takes in steering inputs, it takes in throttle positions, it takes in the wheel speed sensors, and it essentially gives the rear diff the correct amount of lock to really push you out of corners. And so it has this amazing feeling where you give it more throttle, the rear steps out, right? You give it less throttle, the nose tucks in. Right, so you can really steer the rear axle with your right foot, and you really feel connected from your right foot to the back end. So it's amazing just being able to control that car, to be on that edge, but it's not snappy. It's progressive, and with its long wheelbase, it feels incredibly stable. So the Camaro SS1LE, I mean, like, it's a car that you can keep for many, many years and track it, right? If you're newer to driving, keep all the systems on. Right? If you, as you progress, start to scale back some of the traction control or stability control. Like, traction control deals with the wheel slip, and stability control deals with the yaw of the car. But as you get more and more advanced, go to that PTM mode. It's absolutely amazing. Or turn everything off, right? And the stock example that I drove with the stock size tires and stock rims, it was really good, right? It really managed the power on the exits. But unfortunately, with this car, with the 315 squares, with the smaller profile tires, with the smaller downsized rims, I think it was throwing off the traction control and stability control a little bit. It was a little bit too intrusive, and so we had to turn everything off, which was still an absolute blast, right? Kicked it sideways quite a lot, but still, that 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8 is so linear and so progressive, such that it's really manageable. And sometimes, like in a BMW M car that have a lot of low-end torque, that have a lot of boost, right? When that power kicks in, it really excites the rear end a little bit too much. It's good for drifting, but it's not as controllable or as stable as the Camaro SS1LE. So again, if you have one, don't get rid of it. Keep it. It's such an amazing car. And GM, you're making a mistake. You're making a mistake. Dude, you're calling me?
Yeah, I'm calling you.
What's up, dude?
I feel like I'm getting stalked. You're calling me so much. What's going on?
I called you one time. Okay, anyways, I have some amazing news to tell you. I finally, in your own car, kicked your ass.
Did you now?
Yes, I did. TMP Camaro SS, set up exactly like the way you did. Actually, in fact, has less front camber.
Okay. I haven't seen any videos of this.
I'll send you the video at some point, okay? But dude, okay, I have to say, the Garmin actually broke. Like, it didn't work. The satellite lock didn't work, but dude, don't worry. We hand timed it. Trust me, trust me.
It sounds like you were probably driving a ZLE that day. On the prior generation of Nankini CRS. Pretty sure it's worth at least half a second. Weren't you driving in October at like 15 degrees to 20? Didn't I do my time in August on like a 30-degree day? And you forgot to mention the supercharger. All right, well, send over the Cosworth data and we'll take a look.
Dude, there's no Cosworth data because there's no PDR.
What do you mean?
Like, it just like,
So respectable 1LE would have a PDR in it.
no, there's number one, there's no PDR. Second of all, there's a sunroof in the car. And the Garmin broke, so we hand timed it. But dude, trust me.
You can't.
Okay, but I want you to say it one time though. Just say I went faster than you. Just say it one time.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But No, but dude, I taught you everything you know. Come on, just say that Jason Lee taught you everything you know.
No, I taught you when you were still wearing your diapers. Back when I started winning OTA championships.
No, I taught you how to teach at OTA, at GP.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, we all know lap times don't lie. Chris? Dude,